So in this week's Torah portion, Parshas Kiseitze, it speaks about the laws that when you buy a house or you build a house, you have to make a gate around your roof. And there are different places, a house, yes, a shul, not. But the Beis HaMikdash, yes. Why does the Beis HaMikdash need a roof, need a gate around the roof? And we know they had a gate around. So why is it needed for? And why is it different than a shul? So it says a shul is a place where it's made for davening, not necessarily made for eating, not a eating place that you actually eat a full meal. It's made for temporarily eating a snack or something. But it belongs to the multitude of Jews. Anyone can daven. So that's why it's not made for, you don't need to make a gate. And what's the reason by a house? Why you need a gate? And the reason for that is because we don't want anyone that falls should fall from that roof. We don't want any bad things to happen to you. Someone falls from your gate, from your roof, forget it. So, why the Beis HaMikdash needs it? Because we eat kachim in the Beis HaMikdash. And sometimes they even ate in Kodesh also. Yeshayahu lived in the Kodesh Kodashim. So there is something that you need to have a Micah over there. And we see also by the Beis HaMikdash that everyone had to be part of the Karbanis Tzibur and everything. And Moshe Rabbeinu singled out parts of the Karban which were shaykh to Korach, which he said, don't want even to have I did not take anything from them. I don't even want a chelik from them apart from their kabbanis. So he singled out Korach of their input of the kabbanis. So we can learn out the idea of a Micah in Ruchnius also. In our Avodas Hashem. Gagecha means gaiva, haughtiness, holding yourself big. And holding yourself big is the time to fall. Because we know that Hashem does not like haughty people. He does not like people that hold themselves greater than the other. And the beginning of falling is actually holding yourself greater than other people. Making yourself bigger than other people. Gaiva and Yeshus. But it doesn't say that you are going to fall off the roof. It's saying that someone else, you have to protect someone else from falling off the roof. It's not to protect you. So a person can say, wait a second. If I'm begaiva and I go over to someone, I can make him fall. Because my words can cause him to fall. Because he sees that I'm very haughty and I don't care about him even. So why should I be affected by him? And then he's going to fall. So a person can say, wait a second. We don't have this Yeshus in the Beis HaMikdash. How can we have Yeshus in the Beis HaMikdash? Beis HaMikdash, we saw godliness. So we say over there also can be Yeshus. And even though it says a Talmud Chacham can have 1/8 of an eighth of Gaiva, that is only in the beginning. But afterwards he has to be bottled. So a person can say that when I help out another Jew, I get Gaiva. So the story of a Chassid that complained to the Mittler Rebbe, I think, I'm Chazir Chassidus by become a Yesh from it. Look how many people are listening to me. Your mom is so great. And I feel big because of it. I feel on top of everyone. But the Rebbe said that even if you become an onion, you should still chazak chassidus. An onion by itself is bitter, but it adds taste to it and becomes a yeshus in ingredients. So even if you come at tzibale, you should also chazak chassidus. Because no one has to be affected by it. Then a person can say, wait a second, if I have Yeshus, and I speak to someone that is a part of the nation of the Am Chacham B'Navin, someone, a nation that learns Torah and is intellectual, he'll be able to figure out what comes from haughtiness and what comes from being bittul. It doesn't work like that. So then we can say that l'chayra, someone that falls was supposed to fall anyway. So why does it make a difference if I have Yeshus or not? Because if I have Yeshus, a person that's not supposed to fall will not fall. Only a person that falls is supposed to fall falls. So I can have Yeshus when I learn, I can have Yeshus when I go out into the world. I'm the biggest guy in the world. So the Torah says, Ki yipel hanoifel. You don't want someone to fall from your roof. You don't want someone to fall because of you. Sure, this person was supposed to fall. But why fall from you? You don't have to be the one that someone falls from your roof. And therefore, you still have to put a mica to lower down your yashus. You have to limit your yashus. You have to put a boundary over your yashus. And be bittul. And that's how you go out and help out people. Dafka with bittul. So Be'ez Hashem, we will accomplish what we have to do in our way of bittul. And what does bittul mean? That you bittul to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Because who is the one that's going to say, I'm bigger than Hashem? David HaMelech was a Anav. Moshe Rabbeinu was a Anav. The Rebbe is a Anav. Humble. And being humble does not take away from your existence. being a yesh, being a mitzias in existence, that furthers away Hashem from you. And through that, no one will fall because of you. Because we have God with us. Because holiness pushes away God, nullification brings God with us. And Be'ez Hashem, we will actually go towards the Gula Amitis V'Ashleima. Because then we'll have the true bittul to the Eibishter. But let's do it now. So there is a story about a Rav came to a city before Rosh Hashanah, and he stayed in that city, and they're davening and davening. They come to Kriyas HaTorah, and there's a rich man that's expecting the highest and the greatest aliyah on Rosh Hashanah. And he gets a not so important aliyah. He jumps up in a rage. How can I get such an aliyah? Why don't you give me shishi, shlishi, maftir? This Rav walks up to him and said, wait a second. I saw your nullification to God, and you were so intense when you said it. Adam yisoide me'afar, v'soifei le'afar, kecheres hanishbar. I am a nothing. You're standing before the Torah, you make a rage? Yes. When I talk to the Eibishter, I'm nullified to God. When I was speaking about an aliyah, I speak to the people that gave me the aliyah, not to God. Therefore, I have no bittul to them. But we have to understand that you're standing before our Torah, you have to have bittul to Hashem. You cannot have this haughtiness, this yeshus and gaiva. You cannot have before Hashem. So let's realize, before we open up a mouth against someone in shul, let's realize where we're standing. Where are we standing? Like the Gabe in 770 used to say, we have to know before whom we stand, where we're standing, and before whom we're standing. Don't bring your existence in a place where there should be bittul. And that's why in the Beis HaMikdash there was a gate around the roof, that you might be way up onto the roof. There's a gate holding back all your yeshus. Limit your yeshus. You can be a yeshus outside, but when you come into a shul, make sure you're not yeshus. And Be'ez Hashem will come to the time of the Beis HaMikdash HaShlishi, when everyone will have the true bittul to Hashem. Not only mitzad HaKadosh Baruch Hu that it's revealed in the Beis HaMikdash, but because we are going to be totally nullified. Let's prepare now. Because we know Elul is a time to prepare that I am non-existence. Hashem is more important than I am. And that's why we'll serve Hashem and no one else. So let's do it. And instead of Binyan HaMalchus on Rosh Hashanah in Golus, there'll be a Binyan HaMalchus in the third Beis HaMikdash. Imnidi right now. Long live our master teacher and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our master teacher and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach, forever and ever.